All right, here we go. Stage number 4. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this stage works. So this stage is actually one of the simpler stages to actually stage plan because there is only 2 different boxes. So basically you're going to start with your rifle and then finish with your pistol. And that makes a giant difference for stage planning because it's very easy to separate those 2. There's not a whole lot of double areas or double positions where you're going to end up seeing rifle and pistol together. And that makes a giant difference when you're breaking down stages. So let's get into the stage and break it down. So start position is on the X's. Obviously rifle, it's going to be slide over to my left. There is 2 mini targets. They're about 30 or 40 yards, I believe is what those are. So you're going to probably use your, magnification on those just because you need those mini targets. You really want to get good hits on those. Then there's an inside target here and an inside target here. This target on the inside, as you can see, from where I'm at with the fault line is mandatory. You cannot shoot it from anywhere else but there. So it makes sense to just kind of take this target that's right in front of it and then this guy. So I'm going to show you, there's a spot here where you can see this target twice, but within 1 step, that target starts to disappear. So it's better just to take it when you're kind of on that lean, obviously by design that was set up. And then there's 3 targets here. They're going to kind of help me blend the position together to the dump box. So it's the far open, open, open will all allow me to move and back my way into basically a head box into a mini target. So for any of you guys that aren't familiar with PCSL, the red target with the X's on it is actually the no-shoots. So the white targets are rifle, brown targets are pistol, blue steel is pistol, and white steel is rifle. So anything white is rifle, anything opposite colored is basically pistol in the sport. So you're gonna shoot probably gonna end up shooting the micro or mini target last, dump, and I'm actually gonna take a left or a right turn around the outside of the box instead of the left side. And the reason that is because I want to start getting, as I'm dumping, I want to start taking the pistol out. So when I come in. Now, this position is extremely critical on the stage because there's a steel that's here that pins you into this corner. So what happens is if you step outside of that corner, it's almost impossible to get that shot. And you can kind of see, maybe see from the video here, there's a few hits on the black already from staff. So obviously they missed it and had to shoot it from here, and they had basically 2 inches to shoot at through the corner there between the hardcover. So they went double stack, steel. I'm probably going to end up taking the steel on the entry, and the reason I will do that is just because it'll allow me to kind of stay settled and calm, and then I'll use the brown paper to kind of move me over into the next position. Now here's kind of where you're going to see some differences in stage plans between different shooters and their style. So you can take this double stack, shoot the steel, and then for me personally, I'm going to take these 3 targets on the move over, and I'll kind of show you why. Because if you shoot these 2 from the corner, there's really nothing to do here until you get to this position, okay? And as you get to this position, that target on the left starts to go away. So it's really become super positional. And what I mean by positional is now if I'm farther back on the fault line, that target disappears. But if I'm far up on the close fault line, then I have that target the whole time, and then I can kind of work my way into this target. So if I'm coming back to this corner again, you'll see if I come off of the double stack, or even if I decide to take steel last and take the open stack and then the steel, I can actually walk on these, shoot these 2 on the move or 3 on the move, stop on the head box, take the close target, and then I have that swinger, which is a plate swinger swinging back and forth over here in the corner, and then I'll just come to finish the stage, shoot this guy on the move as I come in, and then you'll finish here on the head box. So, and I'll kind of take you down here to kind of show you the plate if you've never seen one of these before. The plate swinger goes over the top of the steel and swings back and forth, and you have to shoot that steel and knock it off. So it doesn't give you much of a presentation, and actually I think they have a backup piece of steel here, and I'll kind of show you the presentation. The presentation looks about like that when it's swinging over the top. So it's not a whole lot. It's about that much probably going over the top of the plate. So, and obviously through the middle, you see a lot more through the middle, and the right and left, it starts to disappear. So, and you can kind of see some of the hits on the steel where people miss. All right, stage number 4, complete.
Let's go!